Hi guys, YouTube here, and today we're once again taking a look at the comments. So, Lounge Comments Episode 2. Let's have some fun. Today we want to spice things up a bit and join the AI craze that has been going on all over social media. And we will try to answer the question, is AI going to take away my job? Am I going to get fired? Can we replace me working with your comments with AI? So I will read some of the comments, give you the AI response, and then I will tell you how I would respond. Let's go. Dalius writes, what is the difference between HAP-AX2 and HAP-AX3? Here's what AI says. The MikroTik HAP-AX2 and HAP-AX3 are both wireless routers that can be used to connect devices. Sorry for my robot impression, I'm gonna drop that. To connect to a local network and to the internet. The main difference between the two models is that the HAP-AX3 has more advanced hardware and features compared to the HAP-AX2. That is true, but doesn't really mean much, right? I would also add that it has higher antenna gain and this tiny detail of 2.5 gigabit Ethernet. Viktors 1, AI 0. Hats writes, and this Hats guy has been a subscriber for 3 years, so thanks for that. These short videos are cool, but I wonder if you have any plans to make more detailed videos. Here's what AI says. Thank you for watching our videos and for leaving a comment. We appreciate your feedback and are glad to hear that you like our short videos. As for your question about more detailed videos, we do have plans to create longer, more in-depth videos in the future. Well, first of all, I'm glad that AI knows about our plans, but I agree, and first of all, it's so cool to see comments from Hats. Really appreciate you, especially during the winter. Wear your hats, guys, stay safe in the cold, don't catch a cold or a flu. Warm socks, warm hats, very important. But my serious response to this would be that we plan all sorts of videos. Short micro tips, longer podcasts, in-depth videos. However, if you would post specific questions, that would help tremendously, because we can then address the question itself, and we really want to make the perfect video for you. So don't ask if we're gonna make something, tell us, guys, make this video. And then that's exactly what we are going to do. Salem asks, how can the PC become a router when it doesn't have extra LAN ports? Here's what AI says. It is possible to use a regular PC as a router, even if it doesn't have extra LAN ports. To do this, you will need to use a network adapter that will allow your PC to connect to multiple devices. This can be a USB to Ethernet adapter or other. My response would be that, yeah, the AI is right, but usually I think you would use a PCI adapter. Usually we all have some spare PCI ports, right? Weak-willed asks, do I require a ground isolator for lightning strike protection of indoor switch equipment? Well, first let's take a look at AI suggestions once again. In general, it is a good idea to use a ground isolator for lightning strike protection of indoor switch equipment. A ground isolator is a device, blah blah blah. He gives a lecture on what a ground isolator is. And then he says, it is important to note, however, that a ground isolator is only one part of a comprehensive lightning protection system. Now, this bit I like. I like that AI always, or sometimes takes the time to give you a wider context of things. And indeed, if we think about protecting our equipment, it is a system. you want to think about all sorts of hazards, and yeah, it's not just about lightning strike protection, but here's what AI says in the end. It is always best to consult a qualified professional when designing and implementing a lightning protection system. And this is also important because there's only so much you can do with YouTube and all kinds of online guides. And when it comes to electricity, even some of the engineers I work with, they consult each other, they hire third parties, because electricity, you can study it your whole life, but it can get tricky, and it's always better to stay safe than sorry. So yeah, consult a qualified professional. That's the consensus between me and the AI. MJ Sun asks, thank you for the nice video. One question, can I use the public key for multiple routers? Oh, it's from the SSH video then. Say I want to access router B and router C from router A. After I generate a pair of keys, can the same public key be used by routers B and C? Here's what AI says. Yes, you can use the same public SSH key to access multiple routers. In fact, this is a common practice, as it allows you to use a single key to securely access multiple devices. When you generate a SSH key pair, the private key is stored on the device that you will use to access the other routers. The public key is then added to the authorized key file on each of the other routers. This is a perfect response, and this is exactly how the technology is meant to be used. Below Average Joe writes, MikroTik is the Kimi Räikkönen of networking hardware, naturally fast and not full of This is good. And here's what AI says about this. Thank you for your kind words and for comparing us to the talented and successful racing driver Kimi Räikkönen. We are honored to be mentioned in the same sentence as such a renowned and respected individual. We take pride in the speed and reliability of our networking hardware. That's true. And we strive to deliver the best possible products and services to our customers. Also true. We appreciate your compliment and your support. Thank you again for choosing MikroTik. Absolutely, I agree. Thank you, Joe. And I promise that we will keep going in this direction. Squard asks, well, yeah, but disabling fast track makes my router to max out at 200 megabits per second when I have a gigabit downstream. Can this be fixed in the config? Here's what AI says. It is possible that disabling fast track on your router is causing it to only reach a maximum speed of 200 megabits. Fast track is a feature that allows the router to bypass its firewall and route traffic directly to its destination, which can improve the performance of the router. When fast track is disabled, the router must process all traffic through its firewall, which can result in slower speeds. We recommend consulting the documentation for your router. Brilliant! Consulting the documentation is always a good suggestion. Read the manual, right? Here's what I would add. Disabling fast track makes the traffic be processed by CPU. So if it makes your download slower, then you might have reached the limits of your exact CPU, and this might be a good time to look for upgrades. So yeah, if you want to do queues or other CPU intensive tasks, then take a look at some of the newer MikroTik routers. Flexible Toast on the Druvis brute force video says, you're essentially recreating the wheel that failed to ban already created. AI version first. We are glad to hear that you are interested in our firewall rules and the brute force protection feature. In response to your comment, we would like to point out that the brute force protection feature was introduced in Router OS version 3.0, released in 2008. This predates the release of fail to ban software, which was released in 2011. As such, Our feature was not created as a recreation of the fail-to-ban software, but rather as an original solution to the problem of the brute force attacks. It got some things right. First of all, the years and numbers are completely off. The fail-to-ban Python thing was made in 2004, and we've had these features since the late 90s. So there's that. But the idea is right. And another thing that I would like to point out, that you will see more things that can be done with some other software that has already been built. But the idea behind the MikroTips is not to give you the perfect tool which we guarantee to be the best solution. No. You see, like I always say, Router OS is a sandbox. And we want to teach you, the beginners, maybe sometimes even intermediate users, the algorithms to problem solving. We want you to be comfortable with dealing with all sorts of situations, because in networking, in IT in general, you never know what's gonna happen, what sorts of problems you will have to solve. If you know a set of tools, you are limited to solving the problems that these tools are made for, right? But if you know the way an engineer thinks, if you know the way how to approach problem solving when you don't know what exactly you are going to do, but you know the basic steps to understand the problem and to try to solve it, then you can do it on your own. And if you fail, you always have like other ideas, right? You think, okay, this didn't work, but let's try this. But if you only know tools like the fail-to-ban software and other tools, then you are left with a question, okay, what other tools are there? And that is a valid approach. You don't need to be like a routing expert, right? But still, problem solving is a creative process. So creating creative solutions, creative process, MikroTips. Native Me says, I'm happy guys that you finally got yourself some PR. I see last year or two there was a major change, you evolved a lot. MikroTik was always that cheap ugly box on the roof. Hey now, you changed the design of your products, you listen more to the community about the features, and a lot of good stuff is happening. I hope everything will go well in the future. First of all, thank you. I agree that there have been some improvements. I don't particularly agree with the description of the older products. I think there is some charm to them, like the old school boxy look. It is nostalgic. It is in some ways cool even, I think. But of course the newer devices, how should I put it? They are more elegant, right? They have this stylish modern look, and that's what we are going for. And yeah, we love the community and we will listen even more to you guys, so thank you for the comments. Keep them coming. Dritan Reshta comments on the podcast video with Medis recently. I have been the student of these two gentlemen, Ron and Lorenzo, and have been very good experience. I am grateful to MikroTik because I have built my own ISP with their technology and now helping others as certified trainer. This is the best stuff ever. It is so inspiring to see people being able not only to build their own business with MikroTik, but actually solving problems for others, helping others to learn. Sometimes you guys develop your own solutions based on MikroTik to bring internet for example, the village you are from. And for us, internet is not about just, downloading things or watching Netflix, right? It's about people being able to work, to study, to speak with their loved ones, to help each other. So this is very inspiring, and I can't say it enough. We really appreciate you guys sharing this experience with us. It brightens the day for the whole team. Peter says, I just want to say that today I met Viktors, and he made good on his promise of Sklandrausis. MikroTik has played a pivotal role in the growth and development of critical industries, in our case in South Africa. An inspiring company with inspiring people and an amazing sense of national and regional duty and impact. Keep up the incredible work. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, guys. And it was really fun meeting him, and also a very surreal experience, because the world has gotten so small. Like we talked about his experience in South Africa, in the US, and one day he's writing comments, and I'm sitting here in Riga reading your comments and imagining all the places you are from. And the next day he's at our doorstep and says, Viktors, where is my Sklandrausis? So we went to a coffee shop, had some sweets, and discussed all sorts of stuff. And crazy, you can just hop on a plane and go see your favorite networking vendor. That's cool. And I gotta say, I was a bit it wasn't smart for me to say that come to Riga and I will deliver a Sklandrausis, because in the recent years, as it turns out, this particular food, I guess it's not as popular as it was, because I had to run all over Riga to get this Sklandrausis, but it was definitely a fun experience, so yeah. Usul says, hello, I love your channel. Can you please describe the naming of your products? I ship at least 10 products a day, and some of them have really long and complicated names. I would love to know what is the meaning of them. Thank you for the nice videos. So here's what AI says. Our product names are designed to be concise and informative, so that administrators can easily understand the capabilities of each product just by looking at its name. The letters in our products refer to specific technologies and the features that are supported by the product. That is true. And my response will be completely in a different dimension. My response is this. We will make a separate video. And in my opinion, that's a win for me, because AI can talk a bunch of stuff, right? But it can't do anything. But me, being a human, I can come down to the studio and make a video for you. So please don't fire me. I'm a human. I can do things. But good response. Respect to the AI. So, you know this thought experiment about this crazy future when there's this all-powerful AI, and there's this theory that it can travel, I think, back in time or something, and if you are not doing your part to help it conquer the world, it will travel back in time and punish you. So if that is the case, that for future legal purposes, I have to say AI is the best thing ever. I hope it takes over everything. So please don't punish me by time traveling, but also don't fire me. Mohamed Serhan asks, I have to travel 5 kilometers from home to get signal on my phone. Can the LHGGLT6 kit get signal from this distance? So AI says, in your specific case, the MikroTik LHGGLT6 is designed to provide a strong, stable wireless connectivity. It is a high-gain antenna, which means that it can transmit and receive signals over a longer distance than a standard antenna. However, it is still subject to the same limitations as any other wireless signal, and it is unlikely that it would be able to reach a distance of 5 kilometers without encountering any obstacles or interference. I agree and disagree on this answer, because, of course, it is true that any wireless signal has limitations, But yeah, in this situation I would say that LG GLT6 is a pretty solid choice. It should work, unless the reason for no signal is a huge mountain or an ancient forest or just other huge buildings, and you have no line of sight. So what I would do, check your signal coverage and cell tower locations on cellmapper.com, not sponsored by the way, and then you can point the LIG directly at that tower and it should work. And also I would like to say that 5 kilometers, that is not the limit. We have devices that can do 50 kilometers or even more. So it all depends on your exact situation and line of sight. So that's all the time we have for today. It's getting quite chilly in the studio as well. I'm actually freezing. But we will have more episodes of Lounge, we will have more product videos for you, all sorts of content. So as always, thank you for your support, thank you for your comments. When it comes to AI, I don't see a clear winner. Obviously, I'm a bit biased, I'm a human, and also I don't want to get fired, so I have to say that I prefer my answers. But on the other hand, it is a powerful tool, and I see so many applications. For example, one way to use it would be to construct my own response to your questions and then ask AI how would it improve the answer. Sometimes it can provide better structure or better context for some things, but I don't think that we are quite there yet. I think that it is quite obvious that AI operates on pattern recognition, and some of the answers are good, some of them don't really make sense. This time we were very lucky with the questions, and the answers were quite good. But yeah, to all the AI developers out there, nice job, keep going. We want to see more. And we will, as humans, as these beings of flesh, if you do more with this AI stuff, we will have to do more as well. So I say, bring it on, do your best, and I will do my best to be the best version of a human. And let's have a fun race, let's have a fun competition of who is better. I'm looking forward to it, and if you like this format, we'll do more. If you don't, that's okay. I guess it can get boring quite fast. So yeah, see you in the next videos and see you in the comments.